Very good morning, children. Today we are going to see about how the transportation taking place in plants. Here, in the case of plants, also each and every individual cell needed nutrients and water, and also excretion needed in the case of plants. Here, a vast transport system for metabolic activities needed for each and every organism, because this is also a multicellular related. Vast transport system is needed for multicellular organisms that we have observed in previous explanations only, children. And to remove excretory substances from each and every cell of animal body, and in the case of plants also it is needed. And we have observed this one in previous classes also. In previous classes in 9th class also we have studied about all osmosis, transpiration. These all we have studied previously only, children. I think you remembered all those. If you forgotten means once again you revise those. I am reminding you all those once again. You refer the textbooks once and understand all those. So here vascular bundle, vascular tissue. In 9th class you have studied in plant tissues lesson all the types of tissues you have studied. So in that about vascular tissue we have studied. The fourth one, dermal tissue we have studied. Yes. And dermal tissue, vascular tissue, ground tissue we have studied there. So under that vascular bundle we have studied about xylem and phloem vessels. So combinedly in vascular bundles. So here xylem vessels are responsible for transporting water and nutrients from the soil to the leaves. All the parts of the plant. All the parts of the plant needed water and nutrients. So xylem vessels are responsible for carrying those from the soil, water and nutrients from the soil to the all parts of the different parts of the plant. And phloem vessels are responsible for transporting nutrients or food components which are formed by leaves again to the remaining parts of the plant. That means green parts of the plant to the remaining parts of the plant, phloem vessels will transport the material. And we have studied about xylem and phloem vessels in 9th class only. We have studied those already. Xylem vessels transport material, and this is the dead tissue and this is the living tissue. Yes. And phloem vessels transport material from the green part of the plant to the remaining parts of the plant. And xylem vessels blindly transport water and nutrients from the soil to the all parts of the plant. So here what is the mechanism behind this? So transport mechanism, in the case of plants also we have transport mechanism under the two types. For transportation, for circulation of the water and nutrients. So here rather than hemoglobin we have chlorophyll. So in that rather than iron in the case of plants I told you in the first lesson only. Rather than iron in the case of plants, magnesium will be present for the green color substance chlorophyll. So in the blood hemoglobin, and the hemoglobin due to the presence of iron. Here in the chloroplast, chlorophyll. In the chlorophyll, magnesium, due to the magnesium presence chlorophyll will be in green color. Chlorophyll will be in green color like that. So our roots here the mechanism is for transportation, for circulation and for excretion. So excretion is evaporation here, evaporation mechanism taking place. Osmosis and transpiration are the two methods here. So the mechanism is transport mechanism under that osmosis, and also we have studied about osmosis in 9th class. So what is the osmosis, children? I want to explain you now. Osmosis, the process by which molecules of a solvent tend to pass through semi-permeable membranes. We have studied about osmosis and semi-permeable membrane, selectively permeable membranes in ninth class only. So what is osmosis actually? Through osmosis is the process by which molecules of solvent tend to pass through semi-permeable membranes from less concentrated solution into more concentrated one. Semi-permeable means according to size, the in plasma membrane we have studied about this permeable membranes. Selectively permeable membranes means the membrane chooses to allow, and in the case of semi-permeable, according to size it will allow into the cell. Permeable membranes. So in plasma membranes we have studied about this. So like that, osmosis is the process of taking materials or molecules of a solvent to pass through semi-permeable membranes or permeable membranes to pass through. Osmosis is the process of taking or pushing. So pushing through xylem vessels upwards the material which is dissolved in solvent. The material which is dissolved in water is transporting or pushing upwards through xylem vessels is called osmosis, that we have studied in 9th class only. In plasma membranes lesson we have studied, and about semi permeable we have studied, and selectively permeable also you know. Yes, here are roots directly in contact with water? No, roots are not directly in contact with water. They are transporting material from the moistured soil, so they are not in contact with water directly, they are in contact with moistured soil. So they will transport material and absorbs material. Roots absorbs material from the moistured soil. The moisture present in the soil they will absorb, not in direct contact with water. Example, money plant. It is the only plant which is in direct contact with water. The roots are directly in contact with water in the case of money plant. I think you observed in your life. How is water absorbed? Through sodium, salt present in the soil. Due to that, the absorption possible. Due to the sodium present in the soil water. So the dilute solutions of salts, because of that only water can be absorbed by roots. Then through xylem vessels it will transport up. So here absorbing root heads. If we observe the seeds like bajra and mustard by seedling method, so after germination the seedlings will come. So if we observe those under microscope with a covering with a between slide and covering with a cover slip, then we can observe the thinness of the walls of the root hairs. Walls are there for that root hairs. Walls also there, and a membrane wall, cell wall of root hair, cell wall is there, which is the outermost layer of that root hairs, and which gives structure to that roots, and which allows and which expands the size while transporting, while absorbing the water. The thinness will change due to that wall. It will gives the structure to the wall of the root hair, gives the structure to the root hairs. So small hair like roots we can observe on that seedlings, bajra and mustard. Bajra means here in Telugu sajjalu, and in the case of mustard those are I think avalu. From earlier classes onwards you are studying, from our food lesson onwards, 6th class onwards you are studying mustard means avalu. Here hairs and passes inwards from the cell to cell again. The roots cell to cell, they will passes that absorbed nutrients and water from the soil, they will transport inwards, passes inwards from cell to cell up to xylem vessels, and there is no doubt that osmosis plays then afterwards to the metabolic activities. Here one term came, children, metabolic activities. So for metabolic activities, transport of nutrients, oxygen and water needed. Yes, metabolic activities. Metabolic activities means the chemical reactions involved in maintaining the living state. So, for that chemical reactions for metabolism or metabolic activities, the material needed, nutrients needed, water needed. Coming to the here gases needed for plants for metabolic activities, and they will release oxygen. Carbon dioxide they needed, and they will excrete out oxygen through transpiration, and directly they will release some water into the atmosphere in the form of evaporation, that is we are calling as transpiration. Due to that only we are getting rains, due to that only condensation is possible. This is also we have studied from 6th class onwards. So children, here it is inside the root hairs how the process taking place and how those are connected to the xylem vessels we are observing. These air spaces, cell wall, root hair, these all are vacuole, all are related to the root hairs. That is, this is inside the root hairs how the water absorption taking place. So that is, here we are understanding the relationship. Yes, how the xylem vessels are connected to the root hairs. So these all are about root hair and soil water, how inside the root hair how the process taking place. And already I told you soil water is dilute solution of salts. Due to the sodium only the osmosis process taking place. Due to the sodium electrolytes are taking place in the case of osmotic electrolytes like. Yes, sodium is responsible for that salt solution of the concentration more dilute. Due to that only salt water concentration only more dilution taking place, and these vacuole of root hair by osmosis then take the water will pass. So vacuole related to here, these all are related to the root hairs. Root hairs. So the air spaces in the root hairs, these all are allowing gases, and how the root hairs are connected to the xylem vessels, how the passing of material and water, nutrients and water to xylem vessels, then xylem vessels to the upper parts of the plant. So this is the mechanism explains that relationship between root hairs and soil water. Here see children, this is about roots to the xylem vessels. So these side is the leaves and upper part stem will be start like this. So phloem, leaves and all everything the tree will be this side, at this side, and here these are the roots from soil. Here the soil. So like this you can observe, you can understand clearly. So here these are the roots. So roots from this is soil actually up to here, and then xylem vessel starts. Here xylem vessels, how from cell to cell the transportation taking place from roots to xylem vessels, then upper parts of the leaf. So here the tree. So this is soil, these are the xylem vessels, and root hairs connected to that vessels, and in between only ground tissue we have, dermal tissue we have. For the root hairs we have studied now. Root hairs are also having vacuoles, in that also nucleus, in that also transportation taking place. Soil water, soil particles, how the roots absorb, and due to that salt water, salt dilution, sodium presence, the osmosis process taking place from roots to the xylem vessels. So passes from cell to cell up to xylem vessel. So here also so many types of cells presents, again 4 types what I told you now. So the different types of ground tissues we got here, dermal tissue, epidermal cell, I will tell you now. Then cell sap is there, in vacuole cell sap is there. So which is the thicker viscosity, which is more viscosity, the liquid which is present in cell sap is more viscosity, having more viscosity than water, more thickness, that means more thickness. So about all this I will explain you now. So just observe, this is the soil, don't get confused by this diagram. This is the soil, these are the roots, these are the xylem vessels, then at the upper part is tree. So like this is the soil part, soil, then roots, these are the root hairs. And what are the different types of cells? Cell to cell the material and water passes upper to the xylem vessels, then xylem vessels transport that to the upper parts of the different parts of the plant. Then phloem will transport the manufactured food from the leaves to the all other parts of the plant. Here up to xylem vessels, soil to xylem vessels. This is the diagram. This shows the relationship between root hair and soil water. That's why they have given it. Don't get confused. This is the soil. So like this you understand the diagram in this direction. Next I will show you like this reverse. You don't get confused. For explaining this purpose, for explaining I am selecting this like this. So don't get confused. This is the soil. So to watch these names directly I am showing you like this. So don't get confused. Tissue. Yes, in 9th class plant tissues, meristematic tissues, ground tissues, vascular tissues. Yes, all we have studied. Dermal tissue also we have studied. So meristematic tissue, meristematic tissue. Yes, 4 types of tissues. I think you remembered. I am reminding you once again. We have discussed last year. So here the cells of the cortex. So coming to here, cortex, it is a composed mostly of large thin walled parenchyma comes under these cortex. Parenchyma will become, so which is contains chloroplast. So due to that only photosynthesis taking place, due to that cells present, thin walled cells. And outer cortex, inner cortex and outer cortex contains thick walled collenchyma. So sclerenchyma comes under strengthening tissue which gives strengthen. So these all are comes under this cortex. And next afterwards soil, epidermal cells. So epidermal cells about dermal tissue. So which prevents water loss, epidermal tissue, which is the type of dermal tissue. Dermal itself telling that it is protects the outermost layers of the plant, outermost which is tissue is these cells are responsible for outermost spaces, outermost layers of the plant and tree. So here like this epidermal. And next soil particles or there, soil water from ground to soil particles are transported through xylem vessels to the upper parts up to the leaves. Yes, and nucleus is also important, children. What is nucleus? Which is the central part and membrane bounded in the case of eukaryotic organisms, and which responsible for DNA, and which responsible for integration of all parts, and which is controlling and which acts like a brain of the cell. And nucleus contains genetic information, DNA, and which is also responsible for reproduction, which is membrane bounded. Yes, and which one is the brain of the cell of the plants. And here one more thing I want to tell you, children, air spaces which are responsible for allowing gases inside and outside, carbon dioxide and oxygen allowance inside and outside, these are responsible, air spaces are responsible here. And next if we observe cell wall of root hair, so which gives, I already told you, root hair, cell wall of the root hair is responsible for giving expansion while transporting material. Cell wall is needed for root hairs. Then vacuole. So vacuole is the storage space. I think you know about vacuole, which is the storage space and which contains the components and which contain the substances needed for ingestion, food taking. Yes, next digestion, excretion, all the material which is excess and which is useful stored in the case of plants, vacuole, which is the larger one in plant cells. That also we have discussed in 9th class, cell structure and functions lesson. Next cell sap, we have cell sap. So it is the non-living content of the vacuole. Cells are present in the vacuole itself and it contains water and various substances. Viscosity of cell sap is more than water. Viscosity means here, coming to the liquids, it is about thickness. Yes, thickness of that liquid content. Cell sap, which is the non-living content of the vacuole. So cell sap comes under vacuole only. Like this we can observe the structure of root showing relationship of root hair and the soil water. How that taking place from top to bottom to top. How all the parts are responsible in the case of transportation in plants. So this is the explanation about that. So plasma membranes, osmosis, all we have studied in ninth class only. Xylem vessels are responsible for transportation of water and nutrients, and phloem are responsible for food material from green parts of the plant to the all other parts of the plant. Yes, the movement of water is one factor here. Osmosis, we can observe the material needed for plant which is through semi-permeable membranes is called osmosis. Semi-permeable is based on size of the materials. So selectively means that is different, that is not related to the size factor. The other factors are also there. You can understand in higher classes. It is enough up to your level. Next, root pressure. I want to tell you children, root pressure. So what is root pressure? Is there any pressure like blood pressure? Here root pressure we have. So how the pressure from the roots exerts, that we can observe by an experiment. Here we are taking a water and we are taking a plant stem like showing in the figure, the size of the glass tube. Here glass tube we needed, and fix that glass tube to the stem of the plant which is living one only. Just now we cutted like that stem we are using. So how the root pressure taking place we are observing here. Fix the test tube and mark the water inside pour some water into the test tube, and after 2 or 3 hours we can observe. So here the size must be equal to the size of the stem. The test tube size must be equal to the size of the stem, and observe the water levels. Pour some water and observe the water level after 2 or 3 hours. It will be increases. So here we need to close with a clamp. Yes, then we can observe after 2 or 3 hours the water will be raised, and mark that water level before and after and take the difference between them. So we can understand there is a level of increase in water due to the root absorption, that is root pressure. So this is the mechanism taking place in the case of plants. So is there any increase in the water? Yes, there is an increase in the water. That is the role of the xylem vessels, which passes water from the soil and nutrients from the soil to the stem, and then it will transport, means it indicates the raising level of the water in test tube we can observe. So I think you got this about root pressure, you got an idea.